Thank you so much. I'm always excited to welcome our exciting teachers. We know that this is a busy time for you. I hear that this has been a particularly busy day for some of you. So let's start with Shay first thing, now that he's out of his chair trying to get figured out. Can I start with you, Shay, or should I go to somebody else?
Sure, go ahead.
I'd love to have you introduce yourself and tell us about yourself and your program.
Okay, I'm Shay Hume. I'm the special ed teacher in the ILC classroom at Renton Academy. We're serving students with significant needs, helping them to be successful.
That sounds great. And do you have some plans on how you're going to be using the grant that you'll be receiving?
Yeah, I think that we're going to use some materials, for hands-on materials for some crafts projects that we can involve the students with. So I'm excited to be able to have those materials for them to use.
How many students do you serve?
We serve 5 students with. Again, it's significant staff to student ratio, very high need students. But yeah, 5 students.
That's wonderful. Will you introduce your principal, please?
Travis Hall is principal of Renton Academy.
Travis.
Yeah. Hello. Yes, Shay he took over this room mid-year, and it was kind of a new and exciting opportunity for Shay and for Renton Academy itself. And Shay was nominated by his peers really for his remarkable work in both kind of being creative and finding new ways to support these students. And I would also say just showing these students absolute love and care for who they are, which has been entirely remarkable. And, we're really, again, finding new ways to do our work with this particular group of young people. And it's been amazing to watch Shay do that.
That's super. Isn't it fun to be able to say nice things about people and hear them yourself and share them with the community of Rotarians that are trying to support your work in your building and in your classroom? Let's move next to Misty.
I'll introduce our teacher, Courtney Wilson.
There you go.
Yeah, hello, I'm Courtney Wilson. I am one of the special education teachers here at Honeydew, and I serve our students in our EBD program. So those students receiving services for their emotional and behavioral disorders. We're a small class with a lot of life. There's 4 teachers and 8 students in grades 1st through 5th grade. One of the things I enjoy most about my class is that I get to keep my students for multiple years, which allows us opportunities to develop relationships and strong connections with our students, but also with their families. But that also can bring a challenge in being able to leave work at work and not trying to carry over things into my own personal life that I can't necessarily fix for my students. I have involved my students in sharing about the grant that we received for this and asking some of their input for how we could spend that money. We have a sensory / de-escalation room when students are kind of feeling in those moments. And so we are looking at some like mood lighting, sound machines, sensory swings, and just kind of other things to give students different opportunities to meet their own needs. So thank you. And then I'll pass it off to my principal, Misty Umduga.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thanks.
And Courtney was nominated based on, you've heard her. She's passionate about her program. She's passionate about her students. She makes sure that she's advocating for them at all times. So making sure they have the general education experiences, even though they may not be in that classroom as much as other students, making sure they're going to field trips and getting to participate in all the activities that other students get to as well. One of the things that she does an amazing job of is a lot of our families that come into the program have had barriers to the school system, and she works really hard to build a relationship with the family so that they can experience a positive experience with our school and that they want to interact and they know that she has their child's best interest at heart. And so really just providing them a new school experience that they can be proud of and feel like they are supported with. So She's a phenomenal teacher, and are very lucky to have her in our program.
That's exciting. Thank you so much. And shall we move next to Tracy?
Hi, I'd like to introduce Dimmitt's Teacher of the Month, Angelina Jimenez.
My name is Angelina. I teach art at Dimmitt Middle School to grades 6, 7, and 8. What I enjoy most about my job is also what is the most challenging. Art's a really cool space to be constantly innovating, and with that comes a lot of materials and material management. So there's always a lot going on in the art room, but I really love the constant change that comes with creating art with kids. I also talk to my students about what they would like to use the grant money for. There's a lot of call for some trendy consumable art supplies like Posca markers and some maybe higher illustration Prismacolors and a few different supplies that are really gonna be really interesting for our scholars to use. Thank you, Tracy, for the introduction.
How many students do you have, Angelina?
I see about 300 students a year because I change students every trimester.
That's a lot. Thank you so much for your service. And
Thank you.
Tracy, you want to say some more nice things?
I sure do. You know, Miss Jimenez was nominated by her peers for a variety of reasons, one of which is her outstanding commitment to inclusivity. When you walk into the art room, you can imagine a class full of scholars with every single individual scholar working on what matters to them and accessing that content in really powerful ways. It's a very safe space for scholars to explore who they are and to become lifelong artists in the way that they will view art as young adults moving forward. And so she was nominated for that, but beyond that, she also is very involved in leveling or raising up the voice of our scholars in school-wide decision making. She helped to lead a after-school program called Dual, Design Your Own Learning, where scholars are improving the schools in different ways that they want to and how they see the school and how they could add that value add, starting with that commitment that she made over the summer to do that. And that's just one of many things she does. She also leads our staff initiatives to bring joy to staff. And so whether she's teaching art or engaging with her colleagues, you can see the impact of her work across the building. So she's quite an asset at Dimmitt.
I want to just commend all of you and the work that you're doing. I know that it's part of your heart, and we enjoy that so much. And we thank you again for all that you do.